When did sharing is caring backfire in the best way possible? My roommate Jackson treated our kitchen like his personal buffet, except he only shopped from my shelves. I'd buy $18 almond butter from Whole Foods. He'd demolish it in 2 days. Bro, sharing is caring, he'd say, double dipping his spoon. Don't be so possessive about groceries. This from the guy who labeled his shampoo and counted his beers. When I tried putting my name on things, he'd laugh and rip off my labels. Food is meant to be eaten, not hoarded. We're roommates, not strangers. His grocery shopping? Generic everything. Expired clearance meat, whatever was cheapest. Then he'd feast on my grass-fed beef and organic vegetables. I bought a mini fridge for my room, but he convinced our landlord it was a fire hazard. When I locked one cabinet, he called a roommate meeting about my toxic behavior. The week my bonus finally came through, I splurged on a celebration dinner. Ribeye steaks, lobster tails, the works. I was going to cook for this girl I'd been dating for months. Came home to find Jackson and his buddies had thrown a party with my food. I'll pay you back, he said, drunk and grinning. Besides, you just got that bonus. Don't be stingy, man. Maybe you have sharing issues from childhood? He psychoanalyzed me while my empty containers littered the counter, and I nearly punched him in the face. I couldn't just move out since I didn't have enough money for a deposit, especially with how he kept eating my food. But then, a miracle happened. Jackson got diagnosed with celiac disease and severe lactose intolerance. Suddenly, the man who ate everything couldn't eat anything. His 99-cent bread loaves became $8 gluten-free versions. Ramen packets transformed into $12 quinoa pasta. $20 for crackers? He'd moan at his receipt. This is insane. Welcome to my world, I thought. But it got better. Turns out he couldn't digest half the gluten-free stuff either. His doctor kept finding new problems every visit and told him there can't be any contamination. So Jackson spent 3 hours reorganizing our entire kitchen, installing shelf dividers, buying separate cutting boards, designating contamination-free zones. This isn't a joke, he announced, watching me eat my gluten ice cream. I could get seriously sick if there's any gluten contact. He bought special Tupperware marked with medical symbols, even a thermometer to ensure proper food storage temperature. Meanwhile, I'd gotten promoted to senior developer. My salary nearly doubled, so I celebrated by upgrading everything. Wagyu beef, fresh oysters, artisanal cheeses. The fridge looked like a luxury food commercial. Jackson would stare at my haul while unpacking his $60 bag of allergen-free necessities, meticulously organizing his medical food zone. Must be nice, he'd mutter, arranging his gluten-free, dairy-free, joy-free products. Watching him be so protective of his food gave me a brilliant idea, the idea to throw his words right back at him. I started small, a spoonful of his almond butter here, one gluten-free cookie there. Jackson noticed immediately. Did you touch my food? He'd ask, counting his rice crackers. I don't know what you're talking about, I'd say, chewing slowly. He started taking photos of his shelf arrangement before leaving for work. Then he bought a Ring camera for the kitchen, but I unplugged it every morning. Technical difficulties, I'd shrug. The paranoia was eating him alive. He'd check his food multiple times a day, measuring his protein powder levels with a ruler. One night, I ate half his $18 cashew yogurt while he slept, left the spoon right in the jar. He woke me up at 3 a.m., shaking the container in my face. This is medical food, he screamed. Chill out, bro, it's just yogurt, I yawned. That's when I decided to stop playing small. 3 days later, I ate his entire week's supply of gluten-free bagels while he was at work. $14 worth gone. Jackson came home to find me watching TV, surrounded by crumbs. The empty bag sat on the coffee table like a trophy. His face went purple. Those were prescription bagels. I looked up from my phone and smirked. Bro, sharing is caring. Don't be so possessive about groceries. His mouth opened and closed like a fish, probably remembering how he'd said the same exact thing. These are medical foods. I need them for my condition. I could have a reaction. It's just food, I said. Food is meant to be eaten, not hoarded. We're roommates, not strangers. This is different, he screamed. Actually screamed. It's my health. He called our landlord right there, claiming I was poisoning him. The landlord put him on speaker. Jackson, this is the 5th call this month. Figure it out between yourselves. Click. Jackson threw his phone against the wall. You're a psychopath, he yelled, spit flying. You think this is funny? I could die. Maybe you have sharing issues from childhood, I suggested, opening another one of his protein bars. He lunged at me but stopped short, his whole body shaking. I'm done. I'm effing done. He tried installing a lock on the fridge that night. I reminded him how he'd called my cabinet lock hostile and toxic, then dismantled it with a screwdriver while maintaining eye contact. He ended up paying a hefty fine and moved out the very next day.